we've been number 3 to Tesla in the US EV sales for 3 years now. We've been number 2 for 3 years, and we're also number 3 on hybrid. So we know a lot about these customers.
Ford, the company that revolutionized transportation and built an empire on American roads, is now staring down one of the biggest crises in its history. With massive price hikes, an inventory crisis, and a losing battle in the EV market, the legendary automaker is now on the brink of a make-or-break moment. So, what exactly is happening? How did a company that put the world on wheels end up struggling to sell its own cars? And more importantly, what does this mean for you as a buyer? Stick around because this video will break down Ford's most controversial moves, how they're shaking up the auto industry, and why its future is more uncertain than ever. Ford's price hikes, genius or suicide? When a company is struggling to sell its cars, the logical move would be to lower prices, offer incentives, and try to move inventory. But Ford? They're doing the opposite.
You know, after COVID, all vehicle prices really went up, but with the acceleration of EVs, as well as inventories normalizing for customers and dealers, we're seeing the prices come down across the globe.
Instead of offering more competitive pricing, Ford has decided to raise prices on its 2025 models, despite already sitting on thousands of unsold vehicles. The move has left buyers stunned and dealerships furious. But why would Ford do this? According to Ford, the price increases are meant to position their vehicles as premium, high-value purchases. By pricing their models higher, Ford wants to shift consumer perception, making their vehicles seem more desirable and exclusive. But there's a massive problem with this strategy. Consumers are struggling with high interest rates and inflation. More expensive cars are the last thing buyers want right now. Ford's reliability and quality issues are already pushing customers away. Raising prices only makes competitors like Toyota, Tesla, and Hyundai look even more appealing. Dealerships are drowning in unsold inventory, and Ford's price hikes aren't helping them clear their lots. So what does this mean? Higher prices with no buyers equals a disaster waiting to happen. The inventory crisis. Ford can't sell its cars. Picture this. You walk into a Ford dealership and see row after row of brand new cars collecting dust. This isn't just happening at 1 or 2 locations. This is a nationwide crisis. Models like the F-150, Bronco, and Ranger are piling up across dealership lots. Some locations have so much excess inventory that they're parking cars in overflow lots, grassy fields, and even renting extra storage space. The root of the problem: Ford's production strategy is outdated and broken. Overproduction. Ford overestimated demand and built too many cars. Now, they're struggling to get them off the lots. Shifting consumer trends. Buyers are being more selective than ever, prioritizing reliability, fuel efficiency, and affordability. Ford's lineup isn't standing out the way it used to. Weak incentives. Unlike competitors, Ford hasn't offered strong enough discounts to move inventory. Instead of adjusting prices to boost sales, they're making cars even more expensive. The result? More cars, fewer buyers, and dealerships reaching their breaking point. The EV gamble that's costing Ford billions. Ford was betting big on electric vehicles, hoping to compete with Tesla and become a leader in the EV revolution. But now, that bet is costing them billions. The company's EV division, Model E, lost over $3.7 billion in just 9 months. That means for every electric vehicle Ford sells, they're losing a staggering $37,500 per car. So, how did Ford's EV strategy go so wrong? Overpriced models. The F-150 Lightning was hyped as a game-changer, but high prices and production issues have slowed demand. Consumer hesitation. Many buyers aren't convinced about EVs yet. They worry about charging infrastructure, range anxiety, and long-term reliability. Production chaos. Ford has paused production multiple times due to lower than expected demand, leaving dealers stuck with excess EV inventory. Even worse, Some Ford dealerships are refusing to take more EV shipments until they clear out the cars they already have. This is not just a Ford problem. Other automakers are also struggling with the EV transition, but Tesla is thriving and Toyota is succeeding with hybrids. Meanwhile, Ford's losses keep stacking up.
We've really learned a lot from Tesla, from the Chinese, from a lot of people on how differently we need to design these EVs to be profitable.
Ford versus Tesla and Toyota. Why Ford is losing. While Ford tries to figure things out, Tesla and Toyota are pulling ahead. Tesla dominates the EV market. They innovate faster, lower costs, and keep customers engaged with constant software updates and improvements. Toyota's hybrid strategy is winning. While everyone rushed into EVs, Toyota focused on hybrids, offering better efficiency without full EV commitment. Ford is stuck in between. They're not leading in EVs, their hybrids aren't as competitive as Toyota's, and their gas models aren't selling like they used to. And new players, like Rivian and Stellantis, are also carving out their own niches, leaving Ford in a weaker position than ever. Dealerships are giving up on Ford. When dealerships start abandoning a brand, you know there's a serious problem. AutoNation, one of the biggest dealership networks in the US, recently sold off 5 of its Ford dealerships. Why? Because selling Ford vehicles isn't profitable anymore. Too much unsold inventory. Customers are turning to other brands. Dealerships don't trust Ford's decision-making anymore. Losing dealerships means fewer places to sell cars, fewer customers, and a shrinking market share. If Ford can't turn this around fast, it could be looking at long-term damage. Can Ford survive this? So, is this the beginning of the end for Ford? Right now, the signs aren't great. Ford's EV strategy is failing. Their inventory crisis is out of control. They're raising prices when they should be lowering them. If Ford doesn't change course fast, it could be in serious trouble. What needs to happen next? Ford still has a chance to fix this, but it needs to act fast. Fix the EV mess. Lower costs, improve charging networks, and make EVs actually profitable. Stop overproducing and mispricing cars. Adjust production to match demand. Rebuild dealership trust. Dealers are Ford's front line. They need to be on board. Improve reliability. Buyers won't come back if they don't trust Ford's vehicles. Is this the end for Ford? Ford has been through crises before, but this one feels different. With declining sales, dealer frustration, and billions in losses, it's clear Ford can't keep doing business the same way. So now, the question is, will Ford make a comeback, or is this the beginning of the end? What do you think? Can Ford survive, or are they on the way out? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more hard-hitting industry breakdowns. We'll see you in the next one.